All right, y'all, welcome back to the Uncuffed playlist. It's your man DJ 50. So we just heard some real spill from Lil Baby. Right before that, we heard some Mozzie, Unfortunately. And of course, we had the Weez Gotti Lil Durk freestyle. Like I told you guys, I experienced a lot of things growing up in my life. In particular, I had a situation when I was in about kindergarten, first grade, where I witnessed a shooting at a park. There was a guy that came up and shotgunned a guy in the park, broad daylight, in front of a bunch of kids. We all had to scatter off and run. At the time, I didn't know what was going on, but I found out later, and it really just opened my eyes to really just shocked me to how the world really was. I couldn't fathom that something like that could take place, especially in that situation. And it really shaped the way that I grew up. Watching that really just had an effect on me. It really kind of just turned me into a monster. Growing up, I just learned to tune a lot of stuff out. So my first advice really to my son would be, to just be safe and protect yourself. You're gonna run into all types of people throughout your life. There's gonna be some people that are fake, that are deceitful or try and get over on you. There's gonna be some people that just hate on you for no reason, maybe just because you're doing good at something. And I really used music to cope with what I was going through growing up. I would really just kind of tune everything out and just turn my music up and just slap. And I would just, nothing really mattered to me. I would just, whatever I had to face, whatever I had to do, I would just handle it. And it really kind of just numbed me. Growing up, I had another situation that came up where I had somebody attempt on my life. I was sitting in my car and I had actually just had my son, so it was a really big deal for me. He was only 10 months at the time. And I didn't have him with me at the time, but I had his car seat in my car. And I remember I was parking my car and somebody pulled up to the driver's seat and let off 5 shots. Pop, 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 pop. And I just instantly ducked. It was the first thing. I didn't even know what was going on. I just ducked. And my windows all shattered and the car skirted off. And I just remember I looked back and I could just see my son's car seat right there. And it was just covered in shattered glass. And I just remember, just to this day, that stuck with me, because my son could have been in that car. My son could have died that day. And now the fact that, obviously I'm still here is a big deal, because I could have been gone and I could have not had the opportunity to interact with my son. And the fact that I'm here now, I want to make the most of it. I want to be able to be there for him as much as I can. I want to teach him whatever I can. I want to show him that this isn't the way, even though this is the way that I was brought up and the way that I lived, the way that I went through things. I don't want that for you. I want you to do better than me. I don't want you to have to suffer and go through the same things that I went through. I made the sacrifices. Let me make the sacrifices. You learn from my mistakes. And that's how I feel life should be. I feel like that should be from anybody. Anybody that I can soak game from and learn through their experiences, I feel like that's what should be done. I don't want anybody to have to suffer through what I suffered through. I don't want nobody to have to face 100 years or anything crazy like that. Speaking of 100 years, let's go ahead and get into this next song, Lil Bean, 100 Years. We're gonna keep getting into these stories, but right now let's get into some of this music. It's your man DJ 50, and you're tuned into the Uncuffed playlist.